everyone. Hi,
Hello.
Debbie.
Hi, Faye.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, very well. All is well. It's Thursday. It's good to be here, ready for a bit of crafting. I'm just posting the link as I usually do, so people can find us and we can get going. Let's get the chat up so we can see who's with us. Marvelous. That is good. We are live. We're on our Facebook page, Twilight Crop and Craft, and we're on our YouTube channel. And yeah, it's good to be back with you. It's Thursday.
Really a week?
I know. Just mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where the time goes, it all flies by. But it is good to have you all with us, and we're going to do a little bit of crafting. We're working with. Well, you're still with Hidden Creek, aren't you, Deb?
I'm still with Hidden Creek, yeah.
And we've had some restocks of Hidden Creek arrive because it did sell out quickly. So restocks will be going on to the website in the next couple of days. And then I'm moving on to this beautiful collection, which is Wanderlust Explorer, which is the new collection from 49 and Market. Let me just get the pieces here that I'm going to be working with, because I've got a few packs. I've also got this binder, which is going to be a mini album class, an online talk class by Janine Merowitz. So the kit comes with the printed instructions and the link to her class. So that I'm going to be working on in the next week. So I'll show you that as it develops. I'll post pictures online. So what are you finishing off then, Deb? You are mid layout.
Finishing off the one that I did last week, and I said, oh, I'll stick it down when I get a chance. And it's next week.
A week's gone.
A week has gone
by.
Where did that go?
We've got lots of people with us. Hi, Kate. Hi, Tina. Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Wonderful. So what I've done with Wanderlust Explorer, there I've got some of this beautiful stash, but I also went into my other stash and found stuff that I already had. So the teal colour swatch goes with this collection beautifully. And I also had, this is quite old now, Spectrum Sherbet, but all the tidal wave rub-ons go. That sort of beautiful teal matches. So I've kind of dug out a few extra bits, because if I get a new collection, I try and go through my stash and work out what I could use up. Then I don't feel as guilty. Oh, hi, Sarah. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
Fantastic. Good to have you with us. So I'm going to be dabbling in a bit of mixed media on this before I start building the layout. So I have got these. I've been collecting these. These are distress embossing glazes. So if you haven't used these before, I'm going to show you how you can just add a little bit of texture to what is already a beautiful piece of paper. Look at this. How stunning is that? You know how we love beautiful pattern paper. Oh, hi, Annie. Tuning in from Miami, Florida. Fantastic. Good to have you with us. So we're going to be building a layout, and I've watched plenty of Tim Holt's process videos. So he uses some distress embossing glaze, and it works really effectively through a stencil. So I'm going to show you an example of that. So this is this is a Jenny Wren stencil. This is one of my favorite stencils of Debbie's, the wall stencil. So I just first of all added 2 tones of inks. This will have lots of layers of stamping. This is just the first base layer. So I used gathered twigs and walnut stain as the base. But then using the stencil and the embossing dabber, I put some Rusty Hinge embossing glaze. And if I hold this up to the camera, let it come into focus. Let me see if the light will pick up. Can you see that shine? And the difference between embossing, distress embossing glaze and say normal embossing powder. So I've got like a Wow black embossing powder. This one is sort of more opaque. It gives heavier coverage. Tim Holtz has designed the embossing glaze to be more translucent. So you kind of get more of a texture, and you can see it's not a full coverage. You've got a bit of the ink showing through, and I just love that it's not quite so heavy. So I was watching a video where he explained this because I didn't know all the properties of these. So I learned something new watching those. He's doing lots of education, isn't he, Deb, at the moment?
Yeah, he's not producing, he's not releasing anything, is he? He's focusing on educating us all, which is
fantastic. So I'm going to do a little bit of embossing here. Let's see what this comes out as. So dabbing it through the stencil, and I must admit that's got a bit of brown ink on it where I used it in the other layer, but that's okay because I can actually see where I've put it there. So there's a bit of the embossing ink. So I've gone Rusty Hinge, which coordinates with this kind of colour palette at the top. Let's get my trusty bit of white paper to tip it off. And then what I often do, and now I had a paintbrush here, I'm already in a mess and we're only a few minutes in, which is good fun. So let's get a, I've normally got a very soft brush, but you want to be able to just tidy up.
I'm going experimental.
Tell us what you're doing, Deb.
I'm having a go at some of the shakers with a stencil. I don't know if it's going to work.
So you've got Lindy's Magicals.
Yeah.
Lindy's Magical Shakers, yeah.
And I've picked out a few colours that I think would be nice. I'm just going to have a go.
Just go for it. And so you're using the A4 wall stencil. I have the A5. I've got both of them, and I know they're both really popular, and I just keep going back to it. I use it all the time. Right, let me hold this up so you can see this.
I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm going to use a brush to kind of get them in the stencil, and then I will smoosh with water after, I think.
So no water on there at the moment?
Not at the moment. This is just experimental because I don't know what's going to work. And I don't know whether to spritz with the stencil on or take it off and spritz. I think I'll spritz with the stencil on and just see what happens.
See how it goes. Right. So I like that. That has given a bit of texture. That is quite hot. Given a bit of texture. Let's put the lid on. And this is another of your stencils. So this is Jenny Wren Stencil 142. And I love these little kind of chevrons, aren't they? And I thought it just matched in with the paper that we've got here.
Yeah,
so
that's got a nice pattern on the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, really lovely. So I'll just leave it like that for now. The one thing I think with this embossing ink, you do want to make sure you just give it a quick wipe off with a baby wipe. You don't really want that to dry on your stencil. Oh, hi, Ali. So Ali and Sue, you're watching. Are you doing some crafting, both of you? Because I know you normally meet up and join us. It's like a crafting get-together. What is everybody else doing? Do share in the chat. Let us know how your week's been. Are you crafting along or just kicking back and relaxing? So the other colour, so we've been matching up distress products with the collection. So you could see the two colours that match beautifully with Wonderlust Explorer. You've got Speckled Egg, which is a really good match, and you've got Rusty Hinge. Two really good matches. Ink-wise, I've been playing around with Walnut Stain and Gathered Twigs. I think any browns go. But when I did online class with Janine Merowitz, who is the owner of 49 Market, she distresses everything. And I think, Kate, you might be watching, and I won't do this for long because this distressing goes right through you, I know. Oh, let's see what everybody's up to. So Kate is fussy cutting some leaves. Steph is planning a bunny scrapbook for school. That's good. That's ready for Easter, I reckon. And Tina's just kicking back in bed, listening and chilling. Oh, heavenly.
Absolutely heavenly.
Oh, that's my favourite thing to do. I normally put Vicky Booton on or Tim Holtz. And I always learn something. I just love going into their YouTube channel, finding one of their recent lives. And there is no doubt I always learn something. So these are another one of my favourite tools. Debbie, you've got one of these. This is the Tim Holtz Mini Media Mat.
Yes.
We can get these shipped to the UK, just a little mini media mat, because it's small enough just to fit on your desk. And this little blending mat here I love, because you want to be able to just distress on the go. And this little mini mat means it's not, you can take it to crops in that little bag. So, and because it's glass, it means if you're using a heat gun, it just protects your surface. There we go. There's a bit of distress. Oh, Ali and Sue are crafting together. So you're working on a small album, finishing a small album, doing the layout, and Sarah's doing some dilutions, doodling. If you're working on things, do post any pictures in the Twilight Crop and Craft Facebook group, because it's lovely. It's a little creative community, and we love to see what people are working on. Our design team posts, but we love to see what.
Oh yeah, it's always nice, isn't it?
Fantastic. So do post away. So I've gone with 3 photos for this one, because the ephemera pack, so this pack is just awesome. And oh, I've got frames in the way, but if you look at, they come with look at these giant frames. There's loads of them. I mean, even if you don't scrapbook the Wonderlust collection, these would coordinate with so many different collections. So you've got tags, frames, and that is massive. I think it's like $7.99, and there are so many pieces in there. So I'm using pieces from that tonight, and also I'm using pieces from the laser cuts. The laser cuts are fantastic.
I can't do anything with this now because I'm going to have to let it dry.
Oh,
I'm quite pleased with that.
That's my gosh, that's like a bit sort of street art. Fancy, kind of like.
I love this pink one, but I prefer it when you actually sprinkle and then spray. I sprinkled this after spraying, and I don't like the smoosh as much.
So, remind me again, it's better to spray and then sprinkle?
No, sprinkle then spray.
Sprinkle then spray. You heard it here first, right? I love that.
Yeah, that's going to be lovely when it dries, I think. Right.
Brilliant.
I think I'm going to do some more Hidden Creek because I've got so many papers because it's such a huge collection.
The other bit I was going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So I've got, these are my go-to. Anybody got crackle stamps, backgrounds? What are people's favourite background stamps? There's always like there's always a go-to.
The Andy Skinner crackle. I've got an Andy Skinner one. I use this all the time.
This is Andy Skinner. I think you recommended for me to get these. I got them off of a marketplace because you can't get hold of them now.
No,
I love looking on marketplaces. It gets the sort of retired stamps. Oh,
did you see this colour swatch I did of me tea and crumpets things? So
yes, you did
got
that.
A colour swatch. Yeah, so that's really helpful. And I've also done one of my what are they called? The other ones, the ones that you've got with a hole in the top.
Brushos?
Brushos, yeah. Because I think it's good to have a thing of those as well, isn't it? So
it's fantastic.
Swatch those as well.
Just a little bit of extra stamping for some texturage.
That one,
which is fantastic.
Texturage.
Bit of texturage.
Love a bit of texturage.
Just a little bit Just adds a bit of depth, I think. These papers don't often need a lot, but just adds a little bit of detail. So I do go back to my texture stamps. Yes, it's worth noting because we've had a few back in stock requests. So our colour swatch tags are back in stock. 73 tags with a little stencil. I've managed to make some. So,
oh, well done you.
I know they do take a long while to make, but they are well worth it, and it means you can keep track of all your colours and you can match it. So I know this was our concept, wasn't it, Deb, when we first started designing, and where we have all our ink. So for example, if I'm using this collection, I could go, oh, which blue is it? And I would be able to look and say, oh, well, Uncharted Mariners is close.
It's so handy, isn't it?
If I get to Speckled Egg, I go, oh, yes, that is the perfect match. You can see which of your inks go perfectly. And if I go to the blue, I can say, oh, is it tumbled glass? Or
and you often think that a blue or a colour will work, and then you actually put it up and it's like, oh, no.
Rusty Hinge. Not. Rusty Hinge is a perfect match. You're like, oh, that's a red colour. So let's see what reds I've got. And you could say, oh, is it Fire Brick? No, it's not quite Fire Brick. You work your way. Obviously, I haven't got all the ink, so I've just got to find what I think is the closest match.
Can I get away with orange on here, do you think?
Oh, yes, green and orange. Perfect colour combo. In fact, what you need now, which we've just landed, is the colour cubes.
Yes.
Because the colour cubes, which lots of it, I think,
would give me,
yeah, I can't remember who in our design team has. I think Rachel's got colour cubes.
It's something I've been looking at for ages, though.
You persuaded me because I started researching after you mentioned it, Deb.
Yeah. And they are, aren't they? They are just
amazing. So colour cubes are a big box of cards, but what they do is they show you what colours go together and which colours in the colour wheel complement. So if you were working on a layout,
it kind of does it in a picture, and then it does it with colours on the back, doesn't it? So it's really well laid out.
We will make sure we bring one to next week's live to be able to show you.
Do you think a bit of stenciling on here to add a bit more?
Yeah, I would add some detail. You kind of got that rectangle shape, haven't you?
I might even stamp. Oh, there is. What if it goes wrong? Stamp some stitching. There's some stitching there. But what do you reckon?
Oh, haven't you got the Tim Holtz squiggly?
Yes, I have.
Squiggly thing.
Yes. Yeah. Let's have a look. Where are you?
Oh, what you need? What the colour swatch, Sarah? Yeah, for your Dilutions paints. Yeah, we need an inventory for those.
Oh, that's I mean, we could make them, couldn't we? It's something we could put on the list, couldn't we?
Definitely.
Where have I put my stamps?
We love a list of growing ideas.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But yes, the colour cubes. I am looking forward to experimenting with and seeing how it might make me put colours together that I wouldn't necessarily automatically link.
Yes.
So yeah, you pick a colour card and then it helps inspire you when you're creating. Which I think is pretty wonderful. Has anybody else used colour cubes? I've seen a few people talk about them, but I've not actually seen them.
The All and Create man, Autour de Moi, he uses them.
I've seen people use them if they do colouring books.
Yeah.
I think they can be used in lots of different ways. Let's get some foam pads.
Oh no. Am I going to be brave and stamp this?
I reckon. I stamped on mine the other week.
Did you?
Yeah. As long as you just go straight in with it, no hesitation.
Yeah, no hesitation, she
anybody
says.
Stamped straight onto the layer, which is like, I know it feels a bit.
Right, I'm going to try it down here because
if it goes wrong, you can cover it up.
Yeah. Oh, don't know.
You don't want it to go wrong.
Perhaps there's a thinner one I should choose. I'm going to go a thinner one just to be a little bit on the safe side.
Yeah, I love the colour swatches and the colour wheels, Tina. It just makes you think about what palettes go together, particularly if you're trying to use up your stash. You think, right, I'm going to challenge myself to use up some stuff. Then you can kind of see which ones are going to work together.
I'm going to try this on a piece of paper first. I'm too cowardly to do it straight.
Yeah, you don't want to mess it up.
Don't want to ruin it.
So we are very much looking forward to our very first digital cutting machine scan and cut workshop on Saturday.
Yes.
We had lots of requests for this, so it's been good to be able to do it. So watch this space. We'll make sure we post some photos and show how everybody's getting on.
We're going to be so productive.
We will be.
Right.
What did you... Oh, you're doing it.
I'm going for it.
Just go for it. Everybody hold their breath when we stamp.
Okay. I think.
Oh, Tina, yeah, we are looking forward to it. And I think I saw you might have got your hands on an absolutely fantastic bargain cutting machine.
Absolute bargain.
Oh, it's amazing. So hopefully once you've done the workshop, you'll then be cooking on gas.
Cooking on gas.
Would you believe these beautiful devices are still out of stock? Debbie's been emailing every day.
Yep, they're still out. They're on a train to Canada still.
Oh.
Or from Canada.
From Canada.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of people eagerly awaiting them, so
we're doing our best, aren't we? But they're just not in stock yet.
They're slow. Want to go slow. Oh, yeah, Sheila's going to come to the workshop as well. We are going to have loads of fun. I've got cake, cookies.
Marvellous.
We've got the essentials. Right, let's see what we need on foamy dots.
Oh, I think that's worked all right.
Oh, well done. You see, just got to be brave.
I was very brave there.
You were very brave. It looks fantastic. Anybody else got plans for the weekend? We've got Mother's Day coming up here in the UK. On Sunday, the clocks go forward, don't they? So that means
we decided that on Mother and Sunday.
Oh, we lose an hour in bed.
Yeah.
My family
there you are, mums. An hour less in bed. Cheers,
my
then.
family had great delight at telling me that. I was like, yeah, thanks then for that.
Oh, where did I put that stamp now? Oh.
I love these tiny little tickets. That is from, I don't think these are available very much. We've got only just 1 or 2 left in stock, but these are the ticket essentials. This is toast. And I just come back. But we found a whole box is obviously like loads, and quite a few came in the birthday boxes. What you can do is just split them up and sell some or share some with friends, swap colours. That's what we've done, haven't we, Deb? Where we've had.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And I know Steph did that with hers because you've got far too much in there.
I've got a good selection of colours.
Yeah. They're brilliant. Oh, you think it might help the little one with sleep? Yeah. The trouble is, my little one's saying, oh, does that mean I can get up even earlier? I'm like, oh, no. Well, technically it does, yes, because I know what happened.
It's so hard, isn't it, when children are in a routine?
I know.
It really messes it up, doesn't it?
The hour does throw it all out to sink a little bit. I love how the laser cuts, and I find this with most 49er market collections, they just are so easy to put together. It's just like everything has just been carefully thought through. You don't have to think about it too much. It just works. I found that with Hidden Creek though as well. We loved working with that, didn't we?
Oh, it's so easy to work with. So easy.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to mount this on a piece of paper, but I don't know.
Hi, Gwen. Good to have you with us.
Hi, Gwen.
Hope all is well. We are in the midst of working 2 different collections this week.
Does that look all right if I do the edges a little bit with a bit darker? Just to mount it on.
Yeah, I often, when I use that paper, I mounted it on that exact backing paper. It was subtle enough that it gave it a bit of depth.
I don't want dark, and if I use any other colour, I'll just end up inking it loads. So
yeah,
I do this.
I think that works well.
Add a bit of stencilage, I think.
Stencilage
and a little bit of je ne sais quoi.
Oh, Gwen, have you had a busy day? Just gone home. Oh.
That'll be me tomorrow.
Yeah, Debbie's on those duties.
I'll have 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, there'll be a sofa snooze coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You and me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, Friday nights is tidy up and flake out, really.
Yeah. It is.
Right. Black.
Oh, so I know
actually. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Say again, Deb. I was
saying I'm liking black soot. I thought it was a bit harsh, but it's actually really subtle.
I love it. And I use black soot with that collection loads.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And it isn't as harsh, anywhere near as harsh as I thought it would be.
No. I think I'm going to do a little bit of... And especially if you use one of the messy mats, I've still got ink on there from last time that I can still use.
Brilliant.
And that's just subtle enough. God, it doesn't have to hold the ink, doesn't it? I've managed to do that. And that's just left over.
Goes a long way.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Annie. Definitely coming together. But the one thing I'm looking forward to is this album class. I'll grab the instructions. So we haven't taken the class yet, have we, Deb? We're yet to take the class.
No, we haven't had time yet, have we?
Here we go. I've got it.
It
So
looks amazing.
This is, so you get, this is the Janine Merritt's instructions. It's like, how many pages? 10 pages. And then there's a 3.5 hour YouTube unlisted video. So you get to take the whole class and you get all of the kit. So the class is like free when you buy all the products in the kit. So it's very generous of Janine to do that for everybody.
Oh, it's fabulous, isn't it?
We are very lucky because she invests so much time in designing, writing the instructions, doing the video.
But did you hear her saying she quite likes it too? Because if she didn't do the kit, she doesn't think she'd do any crafting at all.
Oh yeah, and she wouldn't get the time, and then she wouldn't prioritize it.
Yeah, but now because it's like a kit class, I think she's enjoying having to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's why we love our Thursday lives, because week by week we would probably, and we don't get much time to craft at the crops.
No. So
this is our little bit of crafting time.
Yeah. No interruptions.
Our protected time each week, and it does make sure we get time to create. Otherwise, life just gets so busy, doesn't it?
Oh, so busy.
Right, I think those tags work up there. I was going to put them down here, but balances that out. Let's have a little look. I like how the florals go with the travel. I wouldn't have put the florals with all of that, but it's been very cleverly designed. Really good. I reckon that doesn't need much more.
No, I think that looks fabulous.
So what I'll do while you're busy working on that, I'm going to just add to this mixed media background. Let's try and build this up, because this was what I started with all the inks and this beautiful embossing glaze. Let's see. If I get my mixed media board back up, I reckon we need to build this up somewhat. It's going to need a bit of stamping. The other thing I had was I've got these infusions, which are very much like the Lindy's, but without the shimmer. So I might try that at the end. And the one thing Vicky Booton's taught me is if it goes wrong, she said, it's just a piece of paper and your time.
Yeah, she's right, isn't she?
She is. Like, don't overthink it. Don't panic. If it goes
and then
wrong,
sometimes you can just, like some of the art journal stuff, I thought I don't like that, and I've just painted over with white paint.
Yeah.
But then you still end up with a little bit behind, and you think, oh, that's adds a layer, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just a piece of paper in your time. I thought that is a really good motto.
Yes.
Because if I start adding to this and I think, oh, that's too much, or I've overdone it. Well,
just like you say, in your time.
I often see her die cut with it and think, well, I don't like it as a 4-piece.
Yeah.
But if I die cut,
she makes cards though, doesn't she? A lot. I haven't got time to make cards.
Yeah, we don't quite get as much time for that as we'd like.
I used to, but it's just...
You used to make a lot of cards.
Yeah. All gone by the wayside. But then cards get chucked out, don't they? And scrapbook layouts don't. Well, not at the moment. Not in my house.
That's what yeah, we hope not. Not while we're still here.
No.
Yeah.
And the little one does like looking at them. He says, Grandma, can I look at your special books? I say,
oh, yes. I wonder
what fascinated.
People... Yeah.
Like with photos of like my mum and dad when they were little. And he said, why does Granddad look like that? I said, well, because he was a little boy then. And it's funny to have a concept.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful at that age. It really
So what
is.
colour are you using now? Speckled egg?
Yeah, I've gone for a bit of speckled egg. So I've used and I'm just putting just some chevrons, and then I'm going to add some more layers of stamping. What I sometimes do if I'm creating a mixed media layout, I just try and take inspiration from like the base of another layout, and I just try and look at, you know, the printed papers that come in the kit. I'm like, how could I recreate some of that? By building up some layers. So yes, the one thing I do need to post to advertise on the Twilight Crop and Craft Facebook group is we've got a big cyber crop coming up over the spring Easter holidays. So there'll be daily challenges that our design team have all been busy working on. Prizes and lots of inspiration. So we've all been busy planning that for everybody in the background, which is going to be great. Right, so the speckled egg is definitely a good colour combination. And then let's choose some more stamps. I wonder, building it up. Oh, Gwen, yeah, we love joining in with a cyber crop. I think we've got 7 or 8 challenges. So it's one a day for a week. Just encouraging people to use their stash and to be inspired and to just join in and have a go. So that is the plan. Right, what other stamps shall I have a go at? So I've got wood. I don't think I'm going to go wood stamps. There's another style of crackle there. It's kind of travel themed, isn't it? I am looking for my favourite travel stamp. Bear with. Here it is. This is the perfect. This is a hobby craft. Isn't it funny how we come back to the same stamps over and over again?
Yeah, you've used that one quite a bit, haven't you?
Loads. Some stamps I've barely touched, and others I come back to. So this one, it's only a cheap hobby craft, but because it's got the compass, I thought it might be quite relevant for this. Now, what colour would people stamp this on? Maybe stick with the brown. Stick with the tone on tone. The walnut stain is very dark. I'm not going to go quite that dark. I think I'm going to go gathered twigs. If it goes wrong, we can cover it up. That's my philosophy. Which way does it go, I wonder? That way. Let's see. It might look terrible. You're using some rub-ons there, Deb. You're adding layerage. Oh yes, layerage. I love the green.
So I get the palettes out and I just add in all the little speckles.
Oh, that's nice.
Left over
there. And then I'm going to go another one down here. Yes, right, that is double layers now. So then the only final bit in something a bit light. Let's go bit of antique linen to start with, just around the edges. I don't want to make it too dark. Antique linen. Oh, Gwen, yeah, gets your mojo back out. That's what we need. That's why I love it. We get to do something and think a bit differently. And a bit like our lives, it just motivates us to get working on something.
Yeah, I very often don't do anything like I thought I was going to do to start with.
Oh. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy them, Kate. Yeah, it gets us. And also you get inspired by all the things you see other people do. So the albums are all still on our Twilight Crop and Craft Facebook group. So you can delve back into those previous. We've run cyber crops for a number of years.
We've got some amazing layouts.
Oh, hundreds on there.
Yeah. There's so much inspiration on there.
Inspiration. Right, so this almost makes your white paper look a bit tea stained. That's what I like about antique linen. It's not too heavy.
It's a lovely light colour, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I am going to go round with a slightly darker brown in a minute. So, and there is bits of, like, I've got bits of mess here, but I'm going to cover that up. I get a bit inky messy and it all goes a bit astray sometimes. Right, and then we want a bit of gathered twigs maybe just on the edges, just to darken the, make it look a bit distressed. This is why this shiny matte helps, because you don't get any harsh lines. If you blend from the matte onto the paper, you then pick up some of that ink that's already there, and you don't have to keep re-inking, you just blend it in. That's what I find works well. Okay. Messy but fun.
That's a bit of mess.
Absolutely. So then you could, because I've got some of these lovely teal frame sets, so we could go contrast and we could say, right, we'll take a couple of these. Let's see. Rectangles. They're quite big. I like the squares, that's because otherwise we're going to lose all that lovely background. So the 2 squares would be nice. 2 square photographs would work. And then let's dig out some of this lovely ephemeral. Oh, look at these chipboard words. Definitely need some of these chipboard words. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh, there's little arrows. These would work beautifully. The arrows here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is packed. So we've got Escape the Ordinary. Maybe that could go above there. I'm just playing about now. I haven't even chosen the photos yet. So you've got Discover the Unknown.
Right, I think I'm nearly.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad I've got this mixed media background done. I shan't be finishing it tonight, but I've got enough to get me started on the next one.
I just need to faff about with this and decide what's going where, I think.
Yeah. enjoyed it. I just need to play with the ephemeral. What I might also do is maybe find some rub-ons and add some of the rub-ons in. Could be nice. Or maybe even a bit of washi tape.
Yes.
I haven't used this washi tape. I've used it on mini books, but not on a layout before. Let's have a little, just for a minute. Let's see what we've got. So we've got, it doesn't matter where you're going. It matters who's beside you. That's nice. So I'd probably trim that down. See what it looks like. I'm guessing this is on a strip. Oh, it is.
Yeah, they are on strips, aren't they? The sheets.
How great is that? Doesn't matter where you're going. It matters who's beside you. Oh, wow. Won't you? Going to need more of this washi tape. Yeah. And also what that's helped me to do there is there was a bit of stampy mess.
Ah.
So that's why it's helpful. It covered a bit of mess, if I'm honest. There was a bit of...
and nobody would know.
Nobody would ever know. Design
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. And then I might even put discover the unknown, and it covers it completely.
Marvellous.
There's always a way around it.
Right.
Excellent. So is yours stuck down, Deb, or just positioned?
No, I'm still faffing. I'm still deciding. I'm not going to commit to sticking down quite yet.
So you're quite happy with it?
Yeah.
Well, we've had a lovely time. Let's get this one back in here. That is a very productive evening, and it's been great to chat with everybody. So thanks for joining us, and we will be back same time next week.
Yep. See you next week.
See you next week, all. Bye.
Bye.